Hey guys, welcome back. It is part 2 of pre-sprouting your Ranunculus corms. I'm Shannon here with Wild North Shack. I'm in Zone 6A in Ontario, Canada. So it's been 9 days since I started the Anemone Corms. I'm going to have a peek at them because I haven't really sifted through the soil to see if they're pre-sprouting or not. I have misted them a couple of times just because they have dried out. So they're under these tables right behind me there. Like I mentioned, that is where they are stored and where they start to pre-sprout and how I start them up. So I just opened up that black tarping that I showed you in the other video. This is them all stored under the under the two 6-foot tables, sorry. And that's what they all look like under it. So these guys sit on the floor. Like I mentioned, it's about 13 degrees Celsius. Not the most ideal temperature for starting pre-sprouting your corms and starting them up there. Usually you want about 4 to 10, but we're going to have a peek. The ones that I need to look at are way over back there because they were the first I started, of course. So I have to get back there and we'll have a peek. All right, so this is how the tray looks right now. This is the white Anemone Corms that I have. It's like a white pastel color. Super beautiful. You can see that there's no mold or nothing rotting on the top. You'll notice if you do have mold, you'll see it right on top and usually a clump. I don't think that I have any mold down here right now, so I can't even show you what it would look like. But yeah, this soil is still a little bit misted as well. It's not super wet, but it does have a little bit of moisture there. Actually, this might be mold right here. Yeah, right here. I lied. Okay, so right here, hold on, I'll zoom in and show you guys. Okay, now that I brought this into better light, you can see it right here. So that's because, see that old stem that's on there? That's why I told you guys in the previous video to make sure that your stems were cut off, because that would happen. So that's what's happened. And it just pulled off, of course. So we're going to have to check that corm. Let's see. And look, that's what it's going to look like. Be careful that you don't damage those roots. So safe to say that these guys are pre-sprouting, as you guys can see. And it's been about 9 days. So again, you don't really want to dig them up as much as I just did there. But I'm going to put this back, cover it back up, and let it sit for a few more days there. Once I reach the 14 days, these guys will probably start to sprout. I think that's a sprout right now that's about to happen. And same with right here. So that's what it looks like when they start to sprout. So I'm not even going to dig that one up because I already know that it's rooting and starting to produce roots. And then I'll go on the opposite side here and just have a look. This one doesn't have any, but you don't have to worry. That one has a little bit of mold, so I don't know what it will do. It's not squishy or anything. I'm going to put it back. And if you haven't encountered what a moldy or a rotten anemone or ranunculus corm looks like, this is one. So you'll see at the very top here, it's literally like a pimple. How gross, eh? And it stinks, obviously. So that's all mush. It's rotten. So we're going to toss it out. We're going to throw it out because it will infect the soil and even the surrounding corms around it. So it's no good. It's going to be thrown in the trash, and that's that. And then right here is another example. You can start to see it starting to pre-sprout there. So if you wiggle your fingers around it, gently lift it, you'll see the roots under it. See right there? That's how it's going to look. Let me click the camera. There we go. So we're going to lightly cover that back up. Okay, so I pulled another tray. This one is my pastels, Anemone Corms. I can see they're already starting to pre-sprout. And in this tray, I see that there's mold. And then on the other half, it's completely dried out. So we're going to have a peek at all 3 of those things. Right here, you see that mold? See the white on top? I'm going to remove that because that's gross. I don't know what's going on here. I'm assuming a rotted out corm. This one's not really doing anything yet, so I'm going to put it back. Super weird. And then I'm going to throw that soil that had the mold on top out because we don't need that. So I'm going to pop this tray back under the table there after I missed it. And then I'm going to check on these guys, like I said, in another 3 days. The Ranunculus are a few days behind these Anemone Corms. I try and plan it out so not everything's ready at one time and it becomes an overwhelming task. So I try and tackle that in chunks just because I do grow so many there. And since I am a one-woman show, it makes it just a little bit more difficult, but doing it that way makes it easier on me. So yeah, it's going to be popped back under. Like I said, the temperature that I can actually see now is 13.5. And yeah, they're going to be popped back under. So I will see you guys in another 3 days at least. Well, what did I say? We were on 9. So you guys are going to see me at least in another 5 days. And then we're going to see what we're going to do with these Anemone Corms, if we're going to pull them out and put them under the light. And at that stage, what you do. So bear with me, hang on, and I will see you guys in 5 days. Hey guys, welcome back. We are back to part 2 of pre-sprouting our Ranunculus and Anemone Corms. So we are 14 days in here, and I'm going to pull out the Anemone Corms that I have, and they are pre-sprouting right now. So right now at this point, we need to pull them out from under the dark, cold table on the bottom of the floor here, and we're going to put them directly under the light. So super simple, obviously easy to do. So let's get to it. All right, so after about 14 to 21 days, your corms are going to start to pre-sprout here, or sprout, I should say. You'll see the green and yellow little legs popping up right over there, or little sprouts, I should say. Right now, the floor is at 13.9 degrees. So right now, once you see this, after your 14 to 20 days, it means that you've been successful at pre-sprouting them. They're growing, they're healthy. If you do see any that are covered in mold, or if you see any mold on the soil, definitely remove it. At this time, I'm going to pull it out from under the dark table here, and now we're going to start putting them under light for about another 2 weeks. When you do put them under the light, you're going to want them to be between 16 and 24 degrees Celsius. At nighttime, if you can achieve temperatures like between 2 to 10, you guys will be laughing. That's going to be the most ideal temperatures that you want. It's all right if you guys can't hit those temperatures. I don't always hit them. Like I mentioned, I start my corms up just a little bit warmer than most. Not always the best as always, but it's what I'm able to do here. So I am successful in growing corms. But yeah, if you can achieve even cooler temperatures during the nighttime, that will significantly help with your corms and growing them. So yeah, like I said and mentioned earlier, these guys are going to stay under the light for anywhere between about 2 weeks-ish. And then the weather's starting to actually be about 10 to 15 here in Zone 6A. I'm in Ontario here, so it looks like the temperatures are warming up. And then eventually I'm going to get the greenhouse set up, and then I'm going to bring these guys out and start hardening them off. I still have to get the poly tarp onto the handmade little greenhouses, like the flip over tunnel. I'll show you guys it all in spring there, or in a couple of weeks, I should say, because it's gonna happen pretty fast here. I got to get the poly tarp on that, so those are all ready to go, and the babies can be transplanted, and we will go from there.